first going to drape my client. I'm using a neck strip instead of a towel with my cape, that way I have more of a flat surface to work on. First I'm going to detangle her hair using my wide tooth comb, and then I'm going to go in and section. I'm taking a part straight down the middle of her head, and then I'm going to take a forward diagonal parting from the occipital down to below her ear. Comb that all down, and then I'm going to wet it so that it is more concentrated. And then I'm going to make a cut at a 0-degree angle. This I'm going to use as my guide for the rest of the cut. I decided to go a little bit shorter with that guide, so I'm just taking another 0-degree angle and cutting that a little bit shorter, and this will serve as the length of my entire cut. Then I'm going to go in starting at the middle, and I'm going to brush that up to a 90-degree, and I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to take that all the way up the shape of the head, and I'm pulling it at a 90 from parallel to where the hair grows out of the head. That way it's the same length all the way around. And then I use that guide that I just cut, and I pull it to the next subsection I'm taking. And again, cutting that all at a 90-degree. It's important to make sure that you are not taking too big of a section, so that you do not over direct the hair. That would cause it to be either shorter or longer than the desired length that you are wanting it to be. I'm also making sure not to cut past my second knuckle, and I'm making sure that my sections are clean and even so that I come out with a good outcome. Section. I do this by taking a horizontal parting and then pulling it all. It should all be about the same length. I did see some longer hairs, so I just trimmed those to match everything. And then I took another parting. So here I am just saturating that so that it's all saturated evenly, and then I'm going to continue to cut at a 90, and I'm going to continue to do that all the way up to the crown of the head. When I do this, I recomb with every cut. That way I can make sure I have the hair at the right angle and it's all combed correctly, and it will be even. And I'm just going to cross check that again. the smaller sections that I take, the cleaner I can make my sectioning, so I can be sure that it is more even. I noticed with the bigger sections that I would take, I would mess up with my sectioning a little bit more, so I decided to take smaller ones. Cross-check with every section that I make just to make sure that it's all even as I'm proceeding with my cut. That way I don't use a shorter guide than I should be using. Haircut is just making sure that you're following the shape of the head. The whole point of it is just to come straight off of the head at the correct or the desired length that you want. Started with the sides, I just let it all down and then resaturated it, and then here I am combing it. I'm combing it to the back because I'm going to go in with a 1-inch section at the top of the head, and I will make a guide at the top. So I'm just taking a piece from the back and using that back guide to cut a guide in the front. And my client had bangs previously, so some of the hair in the front was already a little bit shorter, so I just left that alone. And then I'm going to take the sides and I'm going to cut it at a 0 degree to use as my guide for the length. So I'm just using the back sections that I made to go in and use that as a guide for my overall length of my cut. Following the shape of the head, I'm going to make a 90-degree cut, starting at the bottom, and then I work my way to the top, and it should meet that guide that you had already cut perfectly. Also, when doing this, I didn't start at the very bottom because I had already cut that guide. So I'm just making sure that it's all the same length all the way around. And then here I am. I'm using my comb to measure each piece. I did it at a 6-inch cut, so I'm just using my comb to make sure that I'm accurate with my cutting. I'm going to continue working on the front. Again, you'll see some shorter pieces fall in the very front. Those were just bangs that my client previously had. So here I am just doing that to the left side, making sure that it's all the same length. And then I'm going to go in and cross-check each section.